Here are 5 reasons that I love Jardin, Antioquia. The first one is that it's difficult to get to. There is only a single road to get to Jardin from Medellin. It takes around 3.5 hours. The road is treacherous. There's always avalanches on there. Actually, the first time I came to Jardin 2 years ago, we were halfway on the way there. There was actually an avalanche. I have a video of it. So we had to turn around in the car, go all the way back to Medellin and head around the northern route. And so that literally took all day. So yeah, the road is treacherous, it's difficult to get to, and this just adds to the sense of adventure coming to Jardin. It's not like going to El Retiro or Guatapé or La Ceja where you can just do it in like a morning or an afternoon. You really need to make the most of coming to Jardin, and that's just part of the adventure. That's part of the fun. It's not one of the smaller towns closer to Medellin, and so it really makes it a trip. As you can see here, I'm just in a parque at the moment. It's a lot bigger than most of the parques in the kind of closer towns you get to in Medellin. Just enjoying a little walk around here for a few days, staying in a coffee farm. And so that's the first point, is because it's difficult to get to, because the road is treacherous, it's only a single lane. Actually arrived here yesterday, and yesterday was a Dia Festivo here in Colombia, and so coming from Jardin to Medellin was actually just non-stop traffic jam, cars, motors, buses. Luckily coming into Jardin the other way was relatively easy and straightforward. But yeah, especially when it rains here as well. When it rains and it avalanches a lot and some of the roads are closed and they have boulders in the middle of the road, and so they need to take time to clear it, that can make matters a lot more difficult. So yeah, that's the first point. It's difficult to get to, and so while some people might say this is a downside of Jardin, I actually really like it because it makes it more of a trip, makes it more of a big deal to come here. You can't just sit in your apartment in El Poblado and just decide, oh, I want to go to Jardin today, then an hour later you're here. It takes planning, it takes hours to get here, but when you are here, it really makes it worth it. And I think because of that, it doesn't really feel like a tourist resort. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of tourists here, locals, foreigners, people come from all around the world to Jardin because of how beautiful it is, how Colombian it is, but it doesn't really feel like a tourist town. It doesn't really feel like San Gil, which is just like non-stop tourists, adventure capital of Colombia. It still retains some of its authentic Colombian feel, that kind of slower pace of life here in Jardin. And I think honestly, I attribute that to the fact that it's difficult to get to. Your average kind of weekender to Medellin from the United States or another country isn't going to kind of make the trip to Jardin because it's not really worth the time if you're only coming to Medellin for 3 or 4 days. But if you are here for longer, then it's definitely worth checking it out because it's a great town. Now the second point is the scenery, and specifically the cloud formations. I know that sounds a little bit weird, are absolutely unreal here. So it's quite common to kind of go up the hill in Jardin. You don't need to travel far, literally maybe just like a jeep for 5 minutes. You're at the top of the hill, you're looking down into the valley or wherever, and you can see clouds above you, below you. You might even be in a cloud. It's just really gorgeous. It feels proper kind of coffee region Colombia, where you have these little clouds, big clouds, rolling hills, landscape. It's just really beautiful. And when you're in Jardin, you don't need to travel that far to get right into the middle of nature to see these amazing views, these awesome cloud formations. Could literally just be a 5 or 10 minute jeep just to one of these hills outside Jardin. You can just look down on the town, you get an amazing view. Funnily enough, I actually went paragliding this morning, and when you're paragliding, you can go over Jardin, and wow, to get a bird's eye view of the town, of the cathedral, the famous cathedral with the 2 spires. You can see all the colorful little houses along here from the parachute is really awesome. And actually, Jardin was affected relatively badly from the earthquake recently. When I say relatively badly, you had some tiles falling from roofs. I've seen some construction going on at the moment. There is actually a building that is seeing some construction now. They're fixing the roof and everything, and I'm guessing that's from the earthquake this time last week. And so they are kind of doing slightly minor rebuilding projects here in the town from the earthquake. But yeah, the scenery, the cloud formations in this part of Antioquia are breathtaking. And you guys who've watched my channel for a while know that I really love that. It's a really great way to escape the city, experience the nature, the scenery of Colombia, and I think this is really authentic Colombian scenery, if I'm honest. It doesn't really get much better than this. I know Barichara is unreal as well for scenery. That's actually my top pueblito in Colombia, but Jardin is a close second because the landscapes, not sure if you can pick it up on the camera, all around here, just like really, really beautiful. And so yeah, the landscapes, the cloud formations, number 2, that's reasons why Jardin is so great. Now the third point is the architecture of the actual building. So right now I'm in the Parque Jardin. As I said before, it's a lot bigger than the usual parques you get in Antioquia, but the colorful buildings you get here are just really gorgeous, and they're relatively well maintained as well. Have a look. It's like a typical building you get in Jardin, pretty well maintained. Funnily enough, this is actually a Bank Colombia. And yeah, we've got these like nice little cafes, restaurants, got a little tuk-tuk here as well. People enjoying the scenery. These are one of the buildings was actually damaged during the earthquake. Let's go and check it out now. But guys, Really beautiful scenery here in Jardin. Get these lovely buildings, people enjoying the scenery. You get the mountains in the background, and as you can see, you can't see the top of the mountain because of the cloud is there, and I just really love that. Yeah, let's quickly check out this renovation project on this corner building, which I think looked like it may have been damaged in the 7.4 Richter scale earthquake that happened 8 days ago. And yeah, you can see them now. It's this building here. They're just doing some work on it, on the roof. So let's just check it out. So yeah, look here. Doing some work on the roof. I think this building looks like it was damaged as well. But all of these buildings, all along these streets, they are really beautifully maintained. You know, I'm sure they're going to do a good job at fixing up that roof, because honestly, in the Centro Parque and also in the other streets just off the Parque here in Jardin, all the buildings are pretty well maintained. And it's nice, even though a lot of Colombian towns do have this colorful kind of buildings, the architecture, Salento, Finlandia, a lot of these towns are popular for this. Jardin has it as well, and the colorful buildings are really great. Unlike in Barichara is more like a classic colonial, it's just like white buildings. You don't get that much color in Barichara, but I would say it's more classy and classic. Here in Jardin, I guess the buildings are a little bit more fun. They're a little bit more colorful. You get these kind of colorful seats where people can sit outside. You wouldn't really get that in Barichara, for example. And also the cathedral here in Jardin is gorgeous. Take a look at this. The famous cathedral in Jardin. I mean, look guys, really stunning. The park's well maintained as well. You've got like green all around here, little shops. But yeah, the central plaza, the cathedral, is gorgeous. It's actually off bounds at the moment. Maybe the church was damaged a little bit in the earthquake. I don't know. I have seen some videos of churches in other towns, maybe Manizales, Pereira, which had their spires kind of fall off or kind of damaged a lot. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why they've cordoned off the church here in Jardin. But yeah, it's definitely cordoned off. You can't go in or anything. But that's the third point. The colorful buildings, the architecture here in Jardin, really, really beautiful, top notch, and it's well maintained as well. It really goes a long way to add to the feel of a place when the buildings are well maintained. No one wants to walk around a pueblo where their buildings are derelict, they're not well looked after. That's foreigners and locals, by the way. I'm sure locals don't like it either. So yeah, that's point number 3. The colorful buildings and the architecture here in Jardin is absolutely breathtaking. And the fourth point, there's lots to do here. It's not the adventure capital of Colombia. That goes to San Gil, but there is loads to do here in Jardin. Treks you can do. The first time I came here a couple of years ago, I did the Ruta de las Siete Cascadas, the hike of 7 waterfalls, which is awesome. You get to see these 7 waterfalls. I'm staying at a working coffee farm right now where they actually make coffee, grow tomatoes, that kind of thing. You can do horseback riding. I know one of the same company I did the 7 waterfalls tour with. They also do like a bee tour. You can do a jeep ride. I did paragliding this morning. I could honestly recommend the paragliding. The views you get of Jardin and the area around are just absolutely unreal. So yeah, there's just loads to do here. And it ties into the first point whereby, because it's difficult to get to, because it's not just like your El Retiro, your La Ceja pueblo where you can just drive there in an hour, because it takes a while to get to Jardin, you can really make the most of it. And because there's a lot to do here, you can stay in Jardin for 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, maybe even a little bit longer to take the whole pueblito in, because there's loads to do. And even though this is my second time visiting, I still wouldn't have visited or done all the things in Jardin. So yeah, it's a really great aspect of Jardin, which is cool. You can do a lot of things here, and I would highly recommend doing the paragliding. The views up high, doing that one unreal. Although if you do get motion sickness, you might want to second think that, because I felt a little bit sick doing the paragliding, but it was well worth it for the views. And the last point, there are great restaurants here. And no, that's not me just being a naive gringo foreigner who just wants the whole of Colombia and Latin America to have great restaurants and gentrification, etc. Colombians like nice restaurants as well. Local people want to go to nice restaurants as well. Jardin has them in abundance. That's one thing I didn't really like about San Gil or Barichara for that matter. Barichara didn't really have great restaurants, but here in Jardin you have great pizza places, unreal Colombian food, there's great Mexican places, and so there's a variety of places to eat. Really nice hotels. It's like hotel here, Casa Sofia I think it's called, look really well looked after, shutters, and so they're just good restaurants here in Jardin. This is one of the downfalls of San Gil, was that there was no good restaurants. I think me and my friend ate at the same restaurant, Gringo Mike's, twice in a row, just because there were no other good places. So one of the best things about Jardin is there are lots of good places to eat. It's fun. You don't need to eat Colombian Colombian food all the time, although if you do like Colombian food, I absolutely love it. You can eat that every day if you want. And yeah, it feels like a good balance of catering for like local people and also tourists who come to Jardin as well. And it just adds overall to the experience of this nice little pueblito, is you can go to great restaurants and you don't have to really look too hard to find them. So there we have it, guys. 5 things I love about Jardin, Antioquia. Hope you enjoyed it.